Alright. Was the night before Halloween, and all throughout the town, every single kid was trick-or-treating, even their hound. It was a night you could not forget. Oh, what a fright you'd get. Seeing the scary witches and skeletons all on the front porch. And even if nobody was home, they'd leave a bowl right outside, saying, please take one. Kids don't listen. Kids are just gonna have their fun. And even though the kids never took one, we're not doing Halloween? Then what'd you call a serial killer for, huh? If we're not doing Halloween, then what'd you call me? Christmas? Christmas? I don't do Christmas. It's horror Christmas? Like how scary, like Night Before Christmas or Terrifier 3? I'll see. Okay then, well, let me get straight into the mood for this. Is this better? Am I more fit for the theme? Am I all holy jolly ho 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 now? Okay, good. Hey, what's this? That's the book I'm reading. Okay. Let's see what it says. Scary Book of Christmas Lore. Now that sounds interesting. Well, whoa, hold up. Where's my manners, even though I don't really have any? Welcome everyone to a thing that I have been doing for the past I don't know how many years, probably 2 or 3. Where every Christmas I would have sit down and in front of my Christmas tree downstairs and read a Christmas book that's so holy jolly, ho ho ho, I'm Santa Claus. Except this time, I'm on my own. I'm doing my own thing now. Instead of the 12 books of Christmas, I'm doing 12 horrors of Christmas. Sir, I'm only be reading mostly this one book because this has like 50 different stories in it. But I might be reading 2 or 3 because these stories look pretty short when I last looked at this book. But, let's see. So again, welcome. It's self-explanatory. I just read books all Christmas until Christmas Eve. But it's going to be terrifying and scary, so if you have a child, I don't know how terrifying these are, but I don't recommend watching. I mean, I got like 7 animatronics standing right behind me. Some of them are afraid like this clown over here, but you see like a tree and all sorts of stuff behind me, so there's a fair warning. Anyways, let's get right into this. I'm probably going to do at least 2 if these stories are short. We'll find out soon. We're going to start with the introduction because that's what we always do. Alright. Christmas and all the other December holidays. A time of joy, happiness, feast, mirth, convive. I'm not reading that. Convivial gatherings and good feeling all around. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's a good time to celebrate the darkest nights of the year with light, food, music, and hope for a season, as well as to ring in the new year. But it's also a time of cannibals, kidnappers, horrific monsters, ghosts, torture, zombies, demons, blood and gore, and all sorts of other nasty and terrifying things. As we delve into traditional December celebrations, especially in Europe, we find that there is no shortage of tales meant to terrify right alongside those meant to warm the heart. Or perhaps roast the heart until it's well done. Ooh, that sounds tasty. My mouth is watering now. In this book, we'll peel back the layers of Christmas cheer and see what's hiding underneath, infesting the darkest corners of the cellar and lying in wait of the frozen forest for the unsuspecting, the misbehaving, and the disbelieving. A whole horde of horrors lies just outside the mortal realm, ready to spoil your holidays in the most appealing ways possible. We'll meet Krampus, the most popular holiday demon of them all, and look at his nefarious deeds, all in the service to Saint Nicholas, of course. But did you know that he has many counterparts spread all across Germany, France, Australia, and the Alps, and beyond? There is an astonishing number of variations on the theme of a dark companion of St. Nicholas, and this book will highlight just a few. We also venture into the winter darkness of Iceland, where the ogre's gorilla waits to snatch up naughty children in a bag and take them back to their volcanic lair to boil them up in a tasty holiday stew. And if C isn't bad enough, just wait until you meet the Yule Cat. Or maybe you'd like to answer the door and see a horse skull on a stick, its eye sockets decorated with Christmas ornaments. Be ready to trade clever verses with the revealers, or you'll owe them a food and a drink. That's Mary Lyd, coming to a Welsh town near you. If you live in the Balkans, you might have a good reason to fear the. Sorry if I mispronounce some of these things. These are names and languages that I don't speak. Like this book said, this could be German stuff. I don't speak German. I speak Espanol. See. Anyways. So I'm not going to bother pronouncing whatever that was. Horrifying creatures who will cause no end of troubles in your home if you don't take precautions and basically bribe them into leave you alone. Why are there all these scary stories and creatures? Shouldn't the holidays be a happy time? Yes, indeed. But recall that in earlier times, the long part of the year was dreaded by most who lived in northern, colder climates. Survival through the long, dark months was not guaranteed. When food supplies could run out of sources and heat could be scarce. So it makes perfect sense that the fear of the creatures that personified the dangers of the winter and the darkness would take hold of them in popular imagination. Oh, excuse me. I had human fingers for dinner. The celebrations of Yule, Christmas, and solstice, the New Year, were all meant as respite from the terrors of the time. But these were never on the edge of the mind, and the village waiting to claim the unwary on a bitter winter's night. Scary holiday lore fits right alongside conviviality, whatever that is. In the minds of many, these folk tales and beliefs are passed down for generations, and often enacted in pageants and festivals as reminders of winter dangers, or at least preludes to the fun that followed. Some of these legends and celebrations probably had their origins in pre-Christmas beliefs, which were later either tolerated or altered to fit a more Christian framework. Many festivals all but died out, only to be resurrected over the last few decades as symbols of regional tradition and pride. For many of the Germanic regions of Europe especially, it simply won't be Christmas without monsters and mayhem. In the in the spirit of that relationship that this book presents these wonderfully weird and terrifying tales of creatures. So have yourself a scary little Christmas and read on to learn about the many nightmares lurking in the holiday dark. Sorry for that little cut. I had to go kill someone. They were being a little interruptive. Anyways, let's get back to where we were. Oh, how fun, the first one. St. Nicholas and the Butchered Children. Ooh, that sounds like a nice dinner. I might have to try that someday. And this is from Turkey. You know the gobble gobble they eat on Thanksgiving? Oh, that's a different thing? Oh, sorry, there's a director right back there and he's telling me things. Apparently it's not the turkey you eat on Thanksgiving. Apparently there's a country called Turkey. I didn't know that. I don't go much anywhere. I don't travel. I skipped geology class. Let's get right into this. Since St. Nicholas is at the heart of many of these tales and legends, we will begin our journey down the dark paths of Christmas terrors with him. St. Nicholas, or St. Nick, is a handy alternate name for Santa Claus. But sorry. My speaking's a little wow, so I might mess up a lot of times. And this Santa hat is going to bounce. Anyways, where was we? Give me a second. Damn it, itchy head. Ah, yes. But there really was a St. Nicholas who lived in Asia. Huh? Asia Minor? Okay. In what is now Turkey. From about 270 CE until his death on December 6, 343, December 6 is still his feast day. In his own time, he was Nicholas of Bari, a Greek bishop that, in an age when the Roman Empire was not officially Christian, or not too much when is known about his actual biography, but quite a few legends sprung up about him during and after his life. Many of these stories tell about his generosity and his secretly giving gifts to people or money to those in need. He is quite possibly the first Secret Santa. One such story says that he prevented 3 girls from being forced into prostitution by dropping sacks of gold through their window each night for 3 nights, which allowed their father enough money to pay dowries for them. The father discovered him on the 3rd night, but Nicholas told him not to tell anyone about his generosity. Nicholas was also said to have performed miracles, such as calming a stormy sea while he was sailing to the Holy Land, and driving out demons. But the most dangerous legend about him concerns the fate of the 3 children and a very evil butcher. If you guys want, there's a little image of him drawn right in this book. He looks like a nice guy. I'd like to meet him someday. He looks friendly. Wonder what he's cooking up in the big old pot. The story goes that these 3 kids were out in the fields and lost track of time. They came to a town and to a butcher's shop, which was lighted inside. They were tired and hungry, and now they were lost, so they knocked on the door. The butcher answered, and they asked him if they could have some food and a place to sleep for the night. He was only too happy to welcome them in, but he had no intention of giving them a warm welcome. Taking out a sharp knife, he killed and butchered each of them, dismembering them and placing the body parts in a barrel with brine for curing. He intended to sell the pieces as ham to unwary customers. When the curing was finished, it brings to mind the story of Sweet Todd. A long time went by, some accounts say that as 7 years, but Nicholas learned of the crime and went to the butcher. He commanded that this evil man open up his salting barrel, and the butcher could do nothing but comply. Once open, Nicholas made a sign of the cross over it and commanded the children to rise. The three dismembered bodies were miraculously repaired and the children brought back to life. No word on what happened to the butcher, but later legends say that he was forced to work with Nicholas ever after as penance for his sins. We will meet some of his incarnavia in this book. This weird legend seems to be a fairly late addition to the stories about Nicholas, probably originating in the Middle of Ages. But from it, some began to see Nicholas as patron saint of children. This combined with a reputation for his gift giving dovetailed nicely with winter traditions of presents and miracles. Such that Nicholas now has pride in place as a holiday gift giver. In many European countries on December 6th, even if he is accompanied by the miserable old Krampus, who are meeting next. Incidentally, ooh, big old Crampy Cramps. You know, I met that guy once. He was pretty lovely. Don't know what the deal with him was, but I guess his book would tell us, wouldn't it? Sorry for that cut again. I had to do something else this time. Oh crap, my Santa hat fell off. Whoops, let me fix that. There we go, back in the ho jolly Merry Christmas. Alright, I think Krampus might be the last one we're reading about tonight. I know I have like 4 other readings to do. Those I might do tomorrow if I remember. Anyways, we're going to read about the infamous Krampus now. Krampus is, of course, the granddaddy of all European winter holiday monsters. A fearsome, furry demon with a terrible attitude that can't wait to get out in the snow and cause mischief. He's certainly not the oldest beastie in the haunting in the holidays, but these days he's definitely the most famous. So it's natural to begin our ghoulish gallery with him. Krampus accompanies St. Nicholas in his very own night, the eve of St. Nicholas Day. In fact, the night of December 5th. Krampus not. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm probably offending 50 million people right now. But I don't speak well. Anyways. Hold on. Here we go. Is the time when he is most active. Oh, Krampus night is probably what it's like. I was gonna say Krampus night. Krampus night is the time when he is most active and when children have the most to fear. He's often depicted as horned, satyr-like, goat-footed demon carrying a large basket on his back. Excuse me, those children fingers are yummy. Oh, I'd love to have more. Okay. He's often depicted as a horned, satyr-like goat-footed demon carrying a large basket on his back, into which he will toss naughty children to drag them off to terrible tortures. He usually drags chains and carries a bundle of birds, which... Hold on, my mind just blanked. Where were we? This might happen a lot, by the way. I'm tired right now. A serial killer needs his rest, okay? Here we go. A bundle of birch branches that he uses to swat misbehaving children. If that's all they get from him, they should count themselves lucky. His name might come from the old Bavarian Krampen, meaning dead, or the German Kramp, meaning claw. Either word seems like a good etymology for him. He has long been associated with St. Nicholas and the tales of Krampus, and his punishments might date back as early as the 7th century. Though it seems the earliest written records of this frightening figure date back to the 16th or the early 17th century. It's possible that fears of a menacing alpine winter visitor predate Christianity, and the legends of festivals were intertwined with Christian belief. When the church realized that they couldn't be eliminated entirely, so this fearsome night creature was given a holy role within the church to punish sinners, especially children. The Nazis banned Krampus celebrations, but the people were having none of it. And as soon as those losers were dispatched, Krampus came right back, bigger than ever. Today, of course, there are Krampus celebrations all across the Alps and beyond, even in the United States. They start in early December and extend into January, no longer limited to one night, which is a great thing. There is no shortage of people willing to dress up as Krampus, Krampi, and take part in parades and other big holiday get-togethers, posing for pictures, scare kids, swatting tourists with fake birch switches, and having all sorts of fun. Dozens of people might show up dressed in their Krampus costumes, ready for a ghoulish party. Oh, excuse me again. Oh, where were we? There we are. Krampus is an institution now, and a big business. Though in the villages and more remote areas of the Alps, celebrations led to be smaller and more traditional, with just one costume demon accompanying the beloved Saint Nick. Sorry about that. Again, I'm tired. Accompanying the beloved saints as they make their rounds from house to house, checking in on the behavior of the local children. Variations on Krampus are many, and we'll look at some of them in the following pages. But they are united by the idea of a menacing monster that threatens naughty children with torture and worse. And that often accompanies St. Nicholas on some other holiday, on some other holy men. The blend of their blessings and their curses is a common theme, with the idea that being that those who have been good will get what they deserve, as will those who haven't. In recent years, Krampus has become something of a holiday classic, starring in horror movies, music videos, and more. This obscure figure from the frozen mountains of Europe has taken the world by storm. And they even got a fun little picture of the Goat Man himself. Isn't that lovely? Now, I could keep going. I could indeed. But I'm tired, as it's been stated many times, and a serial killer needs his rest before the next day of hacking and slashing. So we'll continue this tomorrow, when it comes to night 2. Even though I should have started this 4 goddamn days ago. So in that case, my ghoulish friends of the underworld, I hope you have a terrifying night. Nighty-night, let the nightmares bite. See you next time.